What's up, people, and welcome back to another video if this is your first time here. So today I'm gonna run it back to the last video I did about a week ago now, almost like 5 days. Anyway, I had to run it back so y'all could see the terrain and things before I started to make changes in the new video for this week. So the terrain was pretty much flat. It was flat all throughout except for the lake, which was pretty much the most interesting looking thing on the whole, plane. So I decided to go back and revise my starting design, which is something that you should be in the habit of doing. And this is what I mean when I say the school training goes out of the windows a lot of times when you get out in the field and you start doing things your own way. Just stick to the methods, because if you find yourself back at not even necessarily square one, it's just that you could have probably avoided all of this if you could have did a couple of different variations of your design, you know what I mean, and then make a decision. But for me, the way I work, I just like to get it on paper, put the design in there, and see where I can go from there. Much of my art is done that way, and it's not that it's a bad thing, it's just that if I ever worked in a professional studio, they have a certain method or pipeline, which is how it's referred to in the industry. They have a certain pipeline pretty much at every studio. It could be similar at all of them, but it's usually pretty much the same thing. Block out, detail the model, texture, take it into Unreal, So this is the beginning stages. So this is the bottom line for this actual design is I gathered my kids together and I asked them, what kind of game would you play that I could build fairly easy? Not like a long game like I wouldn't even say Call of Duty, but I would, because their story modes are always top notch. To me, do not shoot the messenger, folks. The premise of this is pretty much to design a level. It's a horror-based game. It's based on land. The house is, of course, the main attraction. But there are other buildings on the property that things will happen in, around, on, what have you. We haven't gotten to that part yet. We're just going to worry about the art right now. Because I think, again, a lot of you think that I went to school for game design. I went to school for game art, which is just what you see. I don't do, again, the special effects and things like that. But I'm going to get into it because it will expand my resume and I'll have a better chance of getting employed, especially in this economy. So, I felt like it was too flat. It wasn't giving anything. It was just property with a lake, and I wanted to give it some more personality. So when I think of horror flicks or anything that's scary, a house on a hill, yes. However, I didn't want to emulate House on the Hill specifically because copyright infringement, hello, and I'm not doing it. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, so they can come up the driveway, and then there's like a roundabout because there will be a way to get up the hill to park on the side of the house, and then there will be a way to come down the hill and come around the little roundabout and go out the driveway. This property will be inherited by a family. I'm not going to give y'all too many details because I don't want nobody to steal my idea. You feel me? Anyway, it's based on a family, inherited the property, and that's all I'm telling y'all. Stay tuned. Okay, so anyway, we're going to probably work on the grass and like maybe a gravel road. I want to paint the bottom of the lake or start to like give that some texture. We're going to start to put the trees in, so we'll start modeling the buildings last, namely because I feel like the terrain, getting the trees and the foliage and stuff is much easier than the detail with the houses, because again, you have to do all of the details. Like, it's a pretty big house. I do have a little man here for size, to make sure that the size is accurate with all the buildings. Yeah, you see him right there, the little green man. So, of course, the house is massive. I was making a driveway on the side. That all of that modeling is still, you'll see that further in my next video, which I'll probably put up in another couple of days. But right now, I changed the lake water because it was really bugging me that the program crashed before I could save it the first time. So this go round, yeah, I got it. I fixed the water. So I'm going to work on not only the terrain, I'm going to work on animating the water. So there's like a water flow. I'm going to work on the lighting, and that's just for this week. Next week, we'll work on the details for the buildings. I have started like moving the actual gazebos around. There's now a gazebo, like not in the middle of the lake, but a good little section so that we can create like a bridge, like a curved bridge for, whatever activity or what have you. I'm just trying to give the land some personality. So it's definitely going to be horror genre. So look for that. I'll probably put it on Steam or something. Probably pay a couple of dollars for it. I ain't gonna kill y'all. It won't be Call of Duty, but I'll see you in the next video. Love y'all. Peace.